What's going on, guys? This is RJ from Game News USA, back today with another top 10. And today, we're going to go over the top 10 PS2 games. And for those of you that may or may not remember, the PS2 is the highest selling home console of all time. And it is super popular, selling over 154 million units. So we're going to jump right into it. What are the top 10 games in this machine? And let me know in the comments below your favorite PS2 games. And don't forget to hit like and subscribe. So right off the bat, number 10 for me is Final Fantasy X. To me, this is one of the better Final Fantasy games. And one of the more memorable Final Fantasy games. And definitely deserves a spot on the list. So I think Final Fantasy X deserves to be number 10. Next up, excuse me, we got Okami. I love the art style of the game. If you've never played it, check it out. To me, this is a game that is timeless. One of the reasons being the art style. It can transition well to future generations. And I thought the game is, it's a cult classic, and I think in some ways it's very underrated. A lot of people sleep on it, but it's really fun. Number 8. How about Jak 2? I think I would like to see more Jak games in my life. I miss them. And Jak 2 was my favorite one of the bunch. Definitely check it out if you've never played it before. And that's why it's number 8 on the list. Number 7, Ratchet & Clank Up Your Arsenal. Love the Ratchet & Clank games. This is actually one of the better ones. Good to see Ratchet & Clank still continuing on and doing great things for PlayStation. But Up Your Arsenal was truly a Ratchet & Clank classic and an absolute must-play for the series. So that's why it's number 7 on the list. Number 6, Devil May Cry 3. I think that's the best of the bunch. You like head slashers? You like decapitating things? Well, Devil May Cry 3 has you covered. It's just the kind of game I love to play. It's timeless. It's classic. It never gets old. It's number 6. Number 5 on the list, Shadow of the Colossus. And that's a game that did things that people didn't think were possible back then. Look at the size of the enemies on that game. It's incredible, truly. It was a cult classic for a while. People were demanding a sequel for so long, it felt like. And you'll never truly get that special moment back when the first time you see enemies that are the size of mountains and you got to figure out how to beat them. It was truly a one-of-a-kind game for back in its era. And so Shadow of Colossus is number 5. Number 4, Resident Evil 4. And yes, not every game is an exclusive. A lot of them are, but not every game is going to be an exclusive. But Resident Evil 4 is considered by many, including myself, to be the best Resident Evil game. And, it's going to get a spot on the list. And why not spot 4 for Resident Evil 4? And then, next up, we have Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater. Probably the best Metal Gear game in the entire series. And that alone right there is going to get you very high on the list. So, I know they're doing a remake of this. And there's good reason why. It's a good game. But yeah, number 3, I think that's the right spot for that. Number 2, you've been hearing the music in the background. Number 2 is God of War 2. I could have easily went with the first God of War. But God of War 2 looks so graphically impressive, you think maybe it's an early PS3 game. It looks great. The music's great. You could obviously hear it in the background. The gameplay is awesome. They learned so many things from the first game and fine-tuned everything and added things. And God of War 2 is fantastic. Loved every second of it. Almost made it number one on the list. But number one on the list, I could have put any Grand Theft Auto on there. Okay? Any of these Grand Theft Autos could have made the list, but I didn't want to make the list just Grand Theft Auto 1 through 4. I decided number one on the list should be Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. Yes, I love Vice City. Yes, I love Grand Theft Auto 3. But if I only had to pick one of the Grand Theft Autos on PS2, give me San Andreas. Me and my friends would sit there, and it'd be a unique way to play a game. It's kind of like a hot potato, we called it. So, someone would play. They would create as much destruction and havoc as possible until they died, and then they would pass the controller off. But they also, had like a time limit. It was like 20 or 30 minutes or whatever. They had to do things to raise their star rating and see if they could get away from the cops. That's how we played it. And it was fun as hell. I don't even know if I even played through the campaign, to be completely honest with you guys. I think I just went nuts. And cheat codes was a huge thing. You type in all the cheat codes, you write them all down, you type them in, you get a fucking helicopter, you jump out of it, whatever. Cheat codes was fucking huge on San Andreas. You could just ride around in the car and listen to music, and so many things to do. It blew your mind wide open, for the PS2 era, that's for sure. But anyway, guys, that's my list. Those are my top 10 PS2 games. I hope you liked it. Thanks for watching. I appreciate y'all. I'll see you later. Peace. I'm out.